Let's move on to the next one. What do you think about Joe saying he ended the West Coast, East Coast beef?
Shit, we're still talking about why Joe said it. I think we established that he's a fucking liar. I mean, I don't want to go back and think, oh, when is he lying? Did he? I don't give a fuck about why he says no anymore. He's the minute that nigga told Jadakiss that he wrote Senorita, my nigga, I'm never listening to that fat bastard again. Like before, I could have given him a little argument with it and look back into, this nigga lies about this, I could do my math on that. But now, everything he lies. He's a liar. And I think he's doing it because now he got so much, I guess, power, that he feels he has so much power and freedom to do anything he wants, that his main thing is lie. And he figures he could get away with everything because they're blowing him, and everybody's like following him. I don't know what the fuck. I'm thinking, I don't know. I think he made a device where, I think he brainwashed niggas and I don't know what he does. But I don't know how the fuck. I just don't know why. I don't know how the fuck. Unless the devil has a lot of, it's just he overtook everything. Because I know a lie, you know a lie, you know what the fuck is right and wrong. You know that you don't get rewarded for wrong shit. Anywhere you go, you get away with things in certain places, but now all the shit, maybe he didn't. I mean, he paid off the right people to have that force field around him, and it is what it is. But like I said, I know what it is. I'm not going crazy. My mind is, what I'm saying.
Well, because the reason why I'm asking you is because you were there during that time period with Terror Squad, during the time that he's talking about, where he's saying that he confronted Ice Cube at Farrakhan's house and everything, and there was a situation down in Miami with some West Coast cats and all that.
It was in the middle. I remember him being he had a problem with Ice Cube, but it wasn't that much of a problem. I've been there when it was a bigger problem then, but that's the time where Farrakhan was holding a meeting for peace. And
were you there?
No, I didn't go. That's like right in the cup before we really started fucking with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he was involved in that. Him and Ice Cube had a problem. Yeah, he had a problem with that. But then he spoke. You know what I'm saying? He knows where to go to the hot spot, tickets, where the big show is gonna be at. And he knows how to, at least, you know what I'm saying? He was around a lot of places where big things happen. He was even before, you know what I'm saying? I was in, and he has history on things like that. But he also manipulates facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about him almost getting the mic with fucking Biggie and fucking Pac. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never heard that story. Never. Ever since I've been with him.
So you think that, like...
No, I could tell that.
So you think that there's like maybe some basis to the truth, but it's exaggerated?
No, I think he's going now. He wants to be part of everything in hip-hop because he wants now running for mayor of hip-hop. He wants to be the beluga, the mayor, the governor. Wants to be a branch of something that it's politics. So he's shooting for that. And... and I think he's inventing things like that. And people, he don't think it's that, let me just throw a little bit of lie in there. But if you let a little lie, you're going to change history. With that fat fuck, go there. He's going to change up. He's going to be the one who invented the fucking world at the end of the day. He invented hip-hop at the end of the day because he's going to, do it his way. And he changed the truth. You know what I'm saying? Now, I definitely know that fucking shit with the almost Mike and the Tupac lies. And I don't give a fuck what Kane said. I don't care what Kane said, because if that story was true, that nigga would have said it a million times like every other story. And I spent at least 10 years with that nigga right there. You know what I'm saying? And we was all there from the beginning. Those are stories. I heard about the Tupac shit. I heard about the Tupac shit when he put Charlie Brown. All the stories with me. I remember that. I remember when he had Bone Thugs in Harmony. And he had him hey, Joey, I went to the video. I was in that video. He had with Bone Thugs and Harmony in the video. And he was one nigga who, from the East Coast that he had the connection with him because of Steve Lobel. I could say that. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But him fucking putting on Trick Daddy. That's where he goes crazy. You understand? That's where he starts with the
Okay, so
him right into your
I
reader.
don't think that there's any like argument that he did have a connection with Bone Thugs and
I
he
was there
made
though.
the call to Steve
I was there.
Lobel. I think that the argument is him having to convince Bone Thugs of doing the song with Biggie.
Definitely did something. Yeah, he wants to force his way into that big collaboration. But I'm saying the biggest shit, because he goes there. He doesn't stop there. The beluga has to travel more because he took more air in, so the blowhole is gonna fucking explode if he doesn't go to the next fucking chapter. You know what I'm saying? And hit the orcas. So that's the next one was that he had an album with Biggie. That's it. Like, that's when he starts lying.
Right.
Starts the lies. That's when he goes lies, and that's when you catch the beluga. That's the only reason, because he's gonna open his mouth, and that's when the hook could go. If you got the line out there, and you have the right bait. The bait is the two bitches that blew his ass.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you too about Thicker Than Water. Were you out there with Pun and Joe when they filmed that movie?
No, I was touring with Pun. Then we went there for 2 days.
For 2 days?
2 days out. Yeah, 2 days. We was doing a little tour. I mean, Pun, and I think he was doing under LL, the tour L. And while he was doing that, Joe was doing the movie with Mac 10. But he was handling also a lot of shit over there with fixing up that situation.
So then you can say that to a certain extent he did have a hand in repairing the relationships between the West Coast and the East Coast then, right?
That was way after. Because
some people believe that the beef between East Coast and West Coast ended after Biggie died. And the timeline for Thicker Than Water, it came out like I think in 1999, but it was probably filmed like in 1998. The situation with Ice Cube started in 97.
After Biggie died, it was over. I think that was it. The media got their way. Remember, they put those two guys. They put the two guys like there was, you know what I'm saying? Like there was the East. They made them states. They made California and New York the voice of those two guys, and then people behind the scenes are getting fired up. So you know what I'm saying? They made it like that. The media made it like that. It wasn't really even like that. You hear a lot of interviews with Pac behind the scenes. It was nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? Buckshot Shorty used to, you know what I'm saying? The Boot Camp Click. He used to stay in New York too. You know what I'm saying? Those are my dudes too. So he had a lot of affiliates in New York. He just didn't fuck with certain niggas. You know what I'm saying? The main niggas, which is Bad Boy, but that was the war because it was, music and they wanted to get money and whatever. But it was war. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I really understand that. It's just my shit. My situation is the same fucking borough, actually. Same neighborhood, but a nigga in the same neighborhood. So that's my shit with Joe. You know what I'm saying? But they was two coasts that are, two top dogs. And that money got in the way, you know what I'm saying, that from everything. That money got in the way with the magazines. The more issues they saw when they talked about the beef, you know what I'm saying, the more diss songs was getting, the better diss songs. It was getting, the artist was getting rewarded. Even though Biggie didn't even say, he didn't have to even go at Pac with a rhyme. But he said a lot of things he said a lot of things. I remember, Biggie, they keep saying that, like Puff keeps saying that he never answered them. I think he did, many ways. And they fire to me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody kill you, crazy. Just the hooks. He always got Pac back with a hook.
Well, Who Shot Ya was interpreted as a diss song, but I guess it wasn't a diss song when he had recorded it, but when he released it, it was kind of released as one. And then Long Kiss Goodnight, people believe was about Pac.
I think we could listen to the album ourselves and we could tell you that nigga, and it's only right for him to defend himself. He was defending himself if that's the case, but he was saying some real shit. He was saying some real mobster shit. You know what I'm saying? That Don shit. He was Don. He was the Don. So he was speaking like a Don. You know what I'm saying? Pop was speaking like a thug ass, you know what I'm saying, revolutionary nigga that's, you know what I'm saying, with that hot blood. So, but at the same time, there was a lot of that beef got too crazy because there was too many people and too many spies and motherfucking intruders from other. You don't know who did it. I mean, it's a lot. The FBI, there's a lot of shit that could be, you know what I'm saying, played. And when it gets like that, when it gets messy, where it's, not organized like that, that's when the hidden hand comes along and something like that's happening. Remember Remy from Higher Learning?
Right.
And shit like that, you know what I'm saying? The niggas think that they beef with each other and somebody in the top of the room with a sniper is the government. So that's what I'm saying. It could be that.
Because people like Gene Deal was even saying that behind the scenes, there were so many people working on ending the beef between the East Coast and the West Coast already, right? So they kind of got offended in a way when Joe had taken like he said that he was the one that did it when there were so many forces already working on that. Now, I know he got mad at Ice Cube and West Side Connection in general because when they had released their debut album as a group, they had that song, All the Critics in New York, and it was going at people in New York, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
This was after Pac had died already.
Yeah.
But before Big had died.
Yeah. Joe was trying to be definitely wherever, even when Pac was talking shit about like the East Coast a little bit, Joe was vocal about it. That whole shit situation he was talking about, you know what I'm saying? That East and West Coast shit. The whole shit started because of that.
Oh, so
it was
were
the
you
West
there?
Side. I don't know nothing.
Were you there?
Were you there? Stop trying to answer me with that little voice, that little fucking voice. Stop. You're not gonna get that. I'm just saying, at that era, in that era, that West Coast and beef, and East Coast beef was spreading like wildfire. So it wasn't just Biggie and Pac. It was a lot of shit. I remember when Coolio came. We're talking about Gangsta's Paradise. He came to my college. I wasn't even. I mean, Pun was just performing, like starting to get with Joe, so he was on stage. But at the time, I wasn't even. That was my school, Lehman College. So I was in the audience, and I was watching the show, and it was just like, soon as Julio came out with the braids and everything, whoa, West Coast. He was in there like that. I'm saying they booed him off, He tried to do Gangsta's Fight. He was like, "Fuck y'all niggas," then. You know what I'm saying? But that was, you felt the tension. You know what I'm saying? It was spreading like that. That's what I'm saying. It was just like motherfuckers from New York not liking the West Coast because of the propaganda that was going on. And it's the same way over there. Niggas was getting robbed over there in LA.